I'm happy to be joined by Mr. Jeongseok Lee, Vice President of the Brand Management Function Division at LG.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Mr. Lee, tell us about LG's globalization strategy.
As clearly stated in our brand slogan and promise, is life's good, is our promise. And our whole brand strategy is aligned with that.
Okay.
As you may know, we are a technology company,
Right.
high-tech company,
Right.
and the innovation
Okay.
is the most important keyword.
Okay.
Therefore, our brand have to be shown in all of innovations we are making,
Right.
and we are calling it as a innovation for a better life.
Okay.
So for the product side, we'd like to provide consumers with most new products with in more beautiful way, with the ease of use product the type. So that is the our brand strategy, which will be only provided by our innovative solutions. So our strategy is all about providing that kind of values. Actually, so far, LG brand is more about the building brand awareness. So as you can see in the airport, we have been many the advertising in the carts,
Right.
and we
And
sponsored.
you've been doing that for a very long time.
Right, very long time. And it was evolved into those kind of activities, global activities like Formula One
Okay.
sponsorship,
Okay.
those kind of things. So now we've got the plenty amount of enough the awareness
Okay.
from consumers.
Okay.
So from now on,
Yeah.
our mission
Yeah.
will be building the more familiarity
Right.
and the premiumness
Okay.
among our consumers.
Okay.
That is the big change.
Okay. We'd also like to understand LG's not only global, but also regional and maybe even localization strategies. Can you tell us something about that too?
Sure. As I mentioned, we have done the Formula One sponsorship kind of the activities. It's for the all global the coverage. Now we are doing some the separate the sponsorships for each regions. For example, for European countries, we are doing the soccer, the football sponsorship. And for India and Commonwealth countries, we are doing ICC cricket sponsorship. Also in the States, we are sponsoring the NCAA, the sports, which has the most attention from the consumers. Those kind of somewhat the specialized events and sponsorship for each market is our current strategy. So that is the marketing point. For product point of view, we are developing the every specific, very specialized products, which the effectively address the each country's customer needs.
Well, that's fascinating. So, and is this also reflected in your product strategy? Do you emphasize different products per region or country?
Yes, I think we believe we are the one of most the advanced company in that area. So far, we have manufactured all the product from Korea and try to distribute it to the whole country for the efficiency.
Okay.
However, nowadays we found that by doing that, we cannot take any the price premiums or the differentiation point from consumers. Therefore, we are heavily investing in studying the every local needs in product planning side. So, for example, one good example would be the mosquito away
Okay.
air conditioner,
Okay.
which is invented in Indonesia first,
Okay.
and which is moved to Nigeria,
Right.
and now it has been launched in India. Those kind of things are good examples.
Okay. Very good.
It's more and more.
No, it's less. It is less.
It's more and more.
No, less. It is less.
Presenting LG air conditioners that now give you more protection with India's first mosquito away technology. And want more cooling at an amazingly less power consumption.
Cooling V.
Saving V.
Protection V.
That's very interesting. So what are some of the collaboration that's needed to do to undertake that kind of undertaking?
Yes, of course, as a Korean,
Yeah.
we cannot fully understand each customer's needs in each local country. Therefore, we have to get the support, assistance from the local experts.
Okay.
And mostly they are from the academic areas and institutes, local institutes. So for example, when we have launched the first, the mosquito away air conditioner, we have extensively worked together with the one very renowned university in Indonesia, which is Bogor University.
Okay.
If we get the certificate from those kind of university, of course, this is very difficult to get it. That can help us a lot, because as a foreign company, we have to persuade and make every consumers feel assured about our solution will address their unmet needs. And those kind of the certificate and the co-work and co-study research will be very critical.
And this has to be done on a per country basis, I would think.
Yes. For example, for the air conditioner things, with that certificate, we try to expand it to other countries. But even the neighbor country,
Right.
they don't get it.
Okay.
They really want their certificate.
Right.
So it takes time,
Right.
time again.
Right.
That's why we have launched that product in 2009 in Indonesia. And now, after 6 years, we can launch it in India. So that is a difficult one, and it takes time.
I think many people in the developed countries don't realize that in developing countries, the consumption situation may be very different, such as not having enough power. So how are those kind of things factored into the making of products, such as by LG?
Right. Actually, power is most critical resource for our product, electronics. So electronic product without any electricity
Right.
is nothing.
Right.
So it's very critical. And we are experiencing many problems in developing countries,
Okay.
like Indonesia,
Yeah.
Nigeria, and India.
Yeah.
So for example, in Indonesia, there is some kind of quota for the electricity for each household.
Right.
So we have reduced the power consumption of the air conditioner
Right.
by sacrificing some of the cooling power,
Okay.
and it made a big hit.
Oh, wow.
And it can be exported to the other regions and other countries.
Okay.
In Nigeria,
Yeah.
most of the big households, they are using their own generators.
Right, right.
But generator has their own capacity.
Right.
Therefore, that kind of the concept can be easily adapted to the Nigeria,
I see.
and it is sells very well as a name of generator inverter aircon.
Yeah, we were just wondering, how come your AC works even though you have a small?
It's an LG Gen Cool AC. It works with a small generator.
Introducing the new LG Gen Cool Inverter air conditioner with built-in power-saving technology that works even with a small generator.
You also use a small gen.
No, I'm buying 10 to reduce the size of my generator.
And for India,
Okay.
nowadays we have recently developed one refrigerator
Okay.
which consumes only the electricity consumed by 2 bulbs.
Okay. Only. Wow.
Only 2 bulbs.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
No, I can't.
So it can cool the food at the level of the safety zone, but anyway, they can stay cool with the refrigerator. So those kind of innovation can be only realized when we share our local knowledges each other inside of our company.
So, in a way, I think what you're suggesting is that there's also a sort of a societal understanding, sort of a social responsibility kind of understanding that LG and companies have to have when they're marketing to especially developing countries?
Sure. When we developed the idea of mosquito away air conditioner, actually the big motivation was the one article about the dengue fever.
Okay.
And thousands of people is dying with that disease in Indonesia. Therefore, our people just started from that factors with the passion because it's very difficult, the project. And actually, at the initial stage, no one in our Korean factory and R&D, they didn't want to believe the fact. But the passion from the Indonesian subsidiary, it made it happen. And it can be easily adapted to other countries. For example, in Nigeria, with a different disease, so malaria. So if we have that kind of passion, and if that passion can be shared with other stakeholders, like the university, the professors, and the research institute in local country, then we can get tremendous help from them. It cannot be explained in rational way, but sometimes miracle happens.
Okay. So, final question. So, what can you say is LG's localization philosophy? What is sort of the agenda that they have in terms of marketing and maybe in terms of brand?
Yes. At the old days, we tried to meet every 100% of customers' needs in each market.
Okay.
And you know, the other side of the coin is it costs a lot.
Okay.
We cannot do that. Therefore, our localization
so it's
should
almost
be
a double-edged kind of phenomenon.
Yes, yes.
To localize.
So that was a trade-off, and we learned that. Therefore, nowadays, the localization philosophy is anyway we have to have very fundamental, strong base. Under that platform, we can customize some of them.
Okay.
And because even though the customers in different countries have different needs, however, their fundamental needs is very similar.
Okay.
So upon those, the fundamental needs and the platform, we can add some ingredient on that to fulfill their specific needs. That is our philosophy.
Okay. So perhaps the key word is balance.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. This has been very insightful.
Thank you.